guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at LR, Kid Gohan, and Krillin at full level 10 links. I'm a bit late on this one, but I mean, it's been pretty busy on Dokkan the past several months. Now, Gohan and Krillin, they are definitely a good unit, right? They get a lot of defense at the start of turn, or at least a reasonable amount of defense at the start of turn, plus a chance to dodge. But they do get a lot of defense on attack on account of their super attack effects, right? Where they're getting 30% defense on their 12-key super and then 50% defense on their 18-key super. That's a huge factor of this unit. This LR also has sort of the LR Turles mechanic, which is when they're at full 24-key, they get an extra effect, which is a guaranteed additional that has a high chance, 50% chance of being a super. So the thing about this unit is it's like they can look really good, and then sometimes they could look not really, really good. So we're starting here on the Planet Namek Saga team. I guess I should point out, probably the biggest weakness of this unit is the lack of teams. So they're only on, what, 5 categories? They're on the Planet Namek Saga team. They're on Rapid Growth. They're on Dragon Ball Seekers, Join Forces, and Kamehameha. Not really many teams. Join Forces is starting to become really good. Kamehameha, of course, is really good. Dragon Ball Seekers is a lot better as well. Rapid Growth is much better after the follow-up to the 350 million talent celebration, the Kalen Khalifa celebration. And then Planet Namek Saga is good, but it still does honestly just need more units. Planet Namek Saga just needs more sort of like complementary units more so than anything. Alright, so let's go ahead and see how we're going to look here. Are we going to be able to get full 24 key right here? I think so. Yeah, we are. Okay. Kid Gohan and Krillin also have the very, very powerful extra key per orb mechanic, which is very good. So we have 3 links active: Legendary Power, Fierce Battle, and Shocking Speed. 147k defense. But keep in mind, they're going to get 50% defense on super. So after they super attack, they're going to be about 210k defense or so. Somewhere around there, 210k. 5.8 million. I mean, it's okay. For a summonable LR that just came out, though, I would expect higher. Now, they do have an additional, right? They had a guaranteed additional that had a 50% chance of being a super attack right there that they potentially could have busted out. Now, one other thing to keep in mind, right, is that they do have, it's a transformation, not a costume change, right? Because you could tell. When it's a costume change, it's just like a little like circle icon at the top, whereas a transformation is this one right here. This is an actual transformation, right? In order to do this, you have to do 4 super attacks. Basically, all that happens is they get like a just sort of like minor buffs. They're just a little bit stronger in the battle suit version. That's going to be something that's only for long events, because you have to super 4 times with them in order to get that. 4 super attacks, dude, is just not... I feel like it's just not a great mechanic for them, having to do 4 super attacks. I feel like it's going to be very uncommon to get that. Now, we have Nail here. Nail links up incredibly well with them, right? He's got, what, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle. So Nail has 4 links with them. Getting that Cold Judgment link active, I think, is actually pretty important, because that's a massive 25% defense. And Gohan and Krillin, they're pretty much at the defensive level where that would help out a lot. Now, one of the biggest travesties we have right here is this. So we have the Piccolo. The problem is that Piccolo, not only does he suck ass, but he's not even particularly great with Krillin and Gohan either. I think one thing that would have helped out a lot, number one, Piccolo should have just been better, but he also should have really linked up well. Why in the fuck does Piccolo not have Cold Judgment? It makes no sense. What are they thinking? Piccolo should have linked up better with Nail and Gohan and Krillin and a lot of these characters. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Now, we have access to Krillin and Gohan's active skill right here. Again, very similar to LR Turles. What we could do with this active skill is starting from the 3rd turn, you could choose to use it whenever you want, and it'll give you full 24 key. Now, we're going to get 24 key right here anyway, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and pop their active skill just so we could, we could get the active skill voice in here. Let's go ahead and play the active skill right now.
Gohan, hai, yoshi, iku zo, ki o kaihou shiro.
All right. So again, the only effect the active skill does is give you full ki for the turn, right? But it's like we already had full ki right here, so we easily could have gotten full ki. It didn't really matter so much right there. So with Piccolo as a 40% support, we're up to 172k. Remember that they do get half of their defensive stat back on 18 ki. If you're getting a lot of additionals with this unit defensively, they could be very good. The problem with them, I really had wished they'd been a little bit better slot 1, because their link set does work rather well with a lot of these joined forces LRs. 6.77 right there. Characters like LR God Goku and Hits and LR Goku and Piccolo and stuff like that. Those are all those characters are like all turn 2 characters. So I really do wish I would feel much more comfortable about this Gohan and Krillin and their position in the game currently if they had a 50% chance to dodge at the start of turn rather than a 30%. I know it might seem like I'm nitpicking and stuff like that, but this unit really would be quite a bit better if they just simply had a 50% chance to dodge rather than a 30% chance to dodge. All right, now we're over here on the Kamehameha team. We have got a nasty rotation here. So we have Tech Krillin, who of course is going to link up pretty well with the Gohan and Krillin, as well as giving that monstrous support type buff. And Goten is also giving a little bit of support as well. So I believe we're going to have 3 links active here. Kamehameha, Solid Support, and Fierce Battle. Along with, is it 78% support, I believe? Because I believe Krillin is giving 60% right here, and then Goten is giving 18%. So, I mean, yeah, we can see they're starting out 200k defense right there. Definitely a good number. We're able to take advantage of their active skill as well, right? With the active skill up there at 24 keys, so that means they're going to get the guaranteed additional and potentially pop another super attack. So let's go ahead and see what attacks that we get on this turn right here. They get up to 8 million. That's something that they could do turn 1 too. Like that's not like turn restricted or anything like that. They very easily could jump out with that 8 million attack stat right out of the gate and do massive damage. I mean, that's a pretty specific turn though, right? Like, being able to get them the full 24 key and then having those 2 supports, but definitely was a very good number there. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think of the Gohan and Krillin. Unfortunately, it just, Dokkan does not put a lot of care and love, I feel like, into these sort of like wonky joined forces units, right? Like when it's like two Saiyans or something like that, like all these Goku and Vegeta cards are all pretty good, right? And they're built in a way where their link sets are good and stuff like that. But many of these characters, like Gohan and Krillin, they have like kind of weird link sets. They're not like rainbow orb changing or something like that. They're oftentimes on very limited amounts of category teams, which also further hurts their usability. I see no reason why this unit, this Krillin and Gohan, could not have had shocking speed and prepared for battle, right? Or maybe they could have been an orb changer or something like that. Because, like, if Krillin and Gohan were a rainbow orb changer, they do not become... Wow, we actually finished Beerus. Okay. But, Krillin and Gohan, if they were a rainbow... It's goddamn fucking UI Goku, man. Of course he has to... Okay. Anyway, if Krillin and Gohan were a rainbow orb changer, they would not be the best unit in the game, right? It's like they're too limited. So this is where it gets frustrating, because it's like, UI Goku is on 500 teams and stuff like that. There's like, oh, whatever, go crazy. But it's like, then you get like these wonky, weird units, Tapian and Minosha, Krillin and Gohan, Goku and Piccolo, and then like, they hold back. It's so stupid. The yellow coin LRs are the weakest aspect of Dokkan's releases currently. I feel like a lot of the EZAs are designed well. I feel like a lot of the Dokkan Fests are designed well. But it's the yellow coin LRs that are very much lacking. It's like, I know we, essentially got an 8 million attack set, on what would have been the first turn. Cool. But it's like, there's a lot that goes into that, right? So. Alright, now we're over here on the Dragon Ball Seekers team. On Dragon Ball Seekers, I think that this team has gotten quite a bit better. this is where, like, this Gohan and Krillin and, you know, some of these other assorted releases can be interesting is on a team like this. We should be able to link up at least decently well right here. So let's see, we're going to be at 118 or 181k defense here. Let's just go ahead and do this. With Kid Goku and Arale being a Rainbow Orb Changer, it's going to make Gohan and Krillin just ridiculous. 181k defense. We have, what, solid support, Infighter, and Legendary Power all active. Giru, of course, is a ridiculous support type unit. So let's go ahead and see what Gohan and Krillin do right here. If you have a Rainbow Orb Changer on the team or around this Gohan and Krillin, they're going to look really crazy. Because, again, one thing, 7 mil right there. Okay, not bad. One thing that really ages very good is the extra key per orb mechanic. That is one of the strongest mechanics in this game. A lot of very powerful units have got that, and again, it just works really, really well when you're able to have that active. I'm going to pop B-Pan's active skill right here. I want to make sure we finish off this VV. We'll do, after this, let's go into, like, the legendary, GT Legendary Goku event or something like that. And we'll go ahead and get the Krillin and Gohan transformation. Again, it's something we're pretty much only going to see when we go into long content, one of these legendary events, you know, Legendary Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event. Only one of these events are we really going to be able to see, you know, Gohan and Krillin's transformation. Basically, once they take it, they just get a little bit stronger. You know, their attack and defense at the start of turn goes from 130 to 150. They then start getting extra key from Rainbow Orbs as well as the extra key per regular orbs. So they're now getting 3 key per Rainbow Orb. Then they get another extra attack buff on Super Attack, right? You know, in base, they're already getting 50% on Super Attack, but then it becomes 58% on Super Attack. And they also get a second dodge chance on Super Attack. So they'll have 2 separate 30% dodge procs that they'll have. And then their additional super goes up to a 70% chance. So there is some stuff that they're doing there for sure. All right, we have AGL Pan here. So let me do this right there. We'll have AGL Pan Super Attack first, and we have Krillin and Gohan in the second slot. All right, so we have, what, Infighter, Shocking Speed, and Legendary Power active. Basically 200k defense right there. Let's go ahead and see what attack set we get from Krillin and Gohan right here. Then after this, I think I'm going to cut. I might just use a very similar build for Dragon Ball Seekers. And we'll go ahead and take a look at how good Krillin and Gohan are looking. Probably on Dragon Ball Seekers once we get their transformation off, right? I think it'll be pretty good to see their transformation. Now, keep in mind, you do have to super attack 4 times with them in order to proc their transformation. So you're probably not going to see this activate for a long time in difficult events. Even though, technically, I guess the earliest you could get it would be turn 5. But it's going to be fairly rare. There we go. So we got the proc super attack right there. This was a good turn. What did they drop? A 7 million attack set, then a 4 million attack set? And they still could have done one more 4 million attack set as well. So you certainly could see some turns like this where they're putting up big numbers, but I just feel like, you know, on Dragon Ball Seekers, they're definitely a really good run on this team. But a lot of these other teams, I feel like you're probably better off just going in a different direction. A more consistent, tight, you know, like unit with links on like Kamehameha, like one of the other UI Gokus or Super Saiyan 4 Goku or something like that over this unit. It's like these guys can put up numbers, but it's just like there's just other units who are doing very similar to what they're doing that aren't as limited and have been around for longer. It's just weird. I feel like again, the yellow coin LRs just are not made good enough when they're wonky like this. They just need to be better. All right, here they were actual turn 1, 5.99 million attack stat, linked with AGL Pan, Super Ring First, and LRB Pan. Of course, we didn't get the additional Super, damn it. But yeah, you know, here we are in a difficult event. I just wanted to get that first turn in right there, and then now we're going to go ahead and cut, and we'll see what they're gonna look like once we get deep in here, right? Like, how many turns is it gonna take them to transform? Spoiler alert, it's gonna take a lot of turns. We're not gonna come back here until like turn 9, probably, or something like that, before we're able to transform with them. Okay. There was their second turn right there, and they actually they did it. They quadruple supered on their second turn. So we're actually gonna transform here. Okay. All right, I actually did not anticipate that. Okay, we're looking good. On the next turn, we actually are gonna transform on turn 5. Wow. One other thing I have not pointed out yet that I should, no, we're not gonna die here. We'll take a little bit of damage if they're not gonna get us killed. You can use Gohan and Krillin's active skill twice. You can. You could use it once before their transformation, and then you could use their active skill after their transformation as well, right? So that's good, right? You know, to be able to get yourself all that extra ki, being able to do that multiple times, I think certainly is actually, like, pretty good that they are able to bust that out like that, right? Again, it's... You know, their active skill, I think, could potentially do a little bit more. The 24 ki is definitely sick, but maybe, like, you know, increase... What if the active skill also, like, you know, so they get 24 ki, but what if it bumped them up to, like, a 70% chance to dodge? Oh, I should play this.
なんだこりゃすげえ軽さだほとんど重さを感じねえぞ肩も全然邪魔になりませんよ
Yeah, what if their active skill, right? What if it also bumped them up to like a 70% chance to dodge for that turn or something like that? I feel like that would have been good. So like the active skill will give them 24 ki for one turn, and then like plus 40% chance to dodge for one turn. I think that would be pretty good. All right, so we'll do this turn and then the next turn as well. So on this turn, we have Gohan and Krillin, you know, they're transformed, stuff like that. We could use their active skill here, but there's no point to do that. All right, let's see what their defense is. 240k is pretty impressive, because remember, on their 18 ki super attack, they're getting 50% of that back, right? And then any, you know, subsequent additionals after that give them 30% defense as well, right? And then they have 2 separate 30% chance to procs. So when you're in slot 2 like this, their defense could very easily be, you know, well past 400k, and they're going to have 2 separate 30% chances to dodge. So it's like all of a sudden they start to look pretty goddamn good. Let's go ahead and see what they're going to look like. We have a lot of support. What do we have? 90% support on this rotation, because Pan is 50%, and then Giru is 40% in Dragon Ball Seekers as well. So let's go ahead and see what we get right here from this turn. And they get to 7.66. Right there, right? Now, they can triple super attack right here, and again, their defense is like 400k or something like that. There's the additional super attack, so they're looking good. Now, their additional super does jump up to a 70% chance rather than a 50% chance with their battle armor on, right? So again, it helps them to look quite a bit better. This is not a great rotation. I'm gonna go and use a King Yama right here. Oh boy. Okay. So now on this next turn, we're going to be able to see, I think, Gohan and Krillin look really crazy. Because we're going to have Pan, B-Pan, and them. We're going to pop B-Pan's active skill. Remember, they get 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. So they're going to work actually really well with LR B-Pan's active skill buff. They also do get attack on super attack. So EGL Pan's support type buff will also work pretty well for them. So... we'll probably make this next turn the last turn with this, you know, big time attack stat that they'll be able to get. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this Gohan and Krillin. I definitely think they're solid. It's just, there's a couple of things, right? Like, you know, JP Dokkan just added the new accelerated battle category into the game. And I just really wonder, like, why units like Gohan and Krillin and LR Goku and Piccolo and stuff like that were not included on that. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop these active skills here. Why not?
Gohan, hai, yoshi, ikuzo, ki o kaihou shiro. 私だってやるときはやるんだから。
Alright, so this turn should be very good for Gohan and Krillin. We have Shocking Speed and Legendary Power active. Not the most links active ever, but we are going to be able to get a nasty little turn right here out of this. Let me just go ahead and heal up to full just to make sure. Alright, so Gohan and Krillin, what are you guys going to give us in terms of an attack set right here? Are they going to break 10 million with this? They could. You know, we easily could break 10 million with their first super, and then they could toss out like 2 6 million supers or something like that, right? Like, the unit is not bad. I just think that they would have been designed a bit better. Their design is a bit quirky. You know, I've talked about this a lot. Okay, 9 million right there, but then we're at least going to get one more. Yeah, we do. Okay, 5.67. And then, oh, Goku, what are you doing? And then there's an hidden potential system additional right there. I'll talk about this nonstop. But I really do wish that Dokkan played by Legends, Dragon Ball Legends rules. And these duo units had all the categories of both. Could you imagine? The unit, they'd be on Hybrid Saiyans, they'd be on Earthling, they'd be on Turtle School, right? They'd be on, you know, Rapid Growth, Kamehameha, right? Goku family. Like, you just go down the line. They'd be at Battle of Wits. They'd be on so many teams. And, like, you know, this unit, you know, potentially, like, once you start talking about units on, like, 10-plus teams, they could really start to help you in, you know, Legendary Goku event missions, you know, all these different categories, Super Battle Road stages, right? Like, this unit is definitely going to be good for both long and short content. It just depends on how lucky you are with enemy attack placement, with key orbs, and then, of course, with their dodging. But let me know what you guys think of the LR Kid Gohan and Krillin. They're definitely a very powerful unit. But like a lot of the Yellow Coin LRs this year, they were a little bit wonkily designed. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.